Hi Leo, how's it going? I hope you're doing awesome today. Welcome to my channel, Sun, Moon, or Rising Signs. I'm going to be doing a general reading for you for the month of August. This is a 10-card Celtic cross spread. I've already cleared the energy and shuffled and pulled 10 cards. So I'll go through them individually with you. Some of the cards came out upside down or reversed. That just means you're getting extra protection from spirit. And then if any of the messages repeat, I'll try and catch that and let you know. I believe spirit really wants us to get the messages if they repeat. So your first card, the 9 of Wands, this card represents your current situation, okay? And it came out upright. The 9 of Wands is represented by Sagittarius in the zodiac. So this card is about persistence and grit and resilience. It represents the strength of will, an ongoing battle. It's a card of tenacity. Spirit is saying that you're nearly there. Do not give up. Persevere. Okay? This is a test of faith. Spirit knows you're exhausted. You're tired, but you're at 9. You just have to get to 10. Okay? You're at 9. You just have to get to 10. You cannot give up just yet. Keep going. Keep persevering. The goal is in sight. You have the courage to overcome. Gather your strength. Fight your corner. Spirit knows that you're guarded and wounded. Some of you may be expecting trouble. Keep having boundaries. It's a card of determination, the final challenge. But Spirit's saying, I know you're tired, I know you're exhausted, just whatever you do, do not give up, okay? Even in the face of adversity, you stand tall and strong. You may be on the verge of exhaustion, but you're resilient, persistent, and ready to do what it takes to get to the finish line. You feel battered and bruised, having endured significant challenges and struggles along your path. This is a test of your grit and resilience. You do have the inner resources to overcome any difficulty you encounter. You will eventually prosper if you maintain your position. Keep pushing. You're so close to the finish line. Don't let go of your hopes and dreams. You're so close to making them a reality. Stand firm in the face of your challenges and you will achieve your goal. Others may try to oppose your plans. Don't let them get to you. They're just jealous. You're a change maker. You have a vital message to share with the world. Don't dim your light because of others' insecurities. You do have people who support you. Find them. Those people will protect you from the ongoing challenges and will cheer you on to the finish line. Even if others oppose you, you have many people who do support your cause. Let them help you. Establish boundaries and fiercely protect those lines. Bring your conscious awareness to how you are proactively using boundaries to protect your energy. Okay? You're defending your legitimate territory. Through effort and determination, you've protected what's yours, shown courage under fire, and stood your ground. This is a card of recovery. You're now in a strong position and success is at hand. 9s represent completion. The job is done. You've had the discipline and the ability to plan well and wisely. Your relationships are developing positively. You're moving forward with a sense of purpose and direction. If there's still opposition, your skills, strength, and courage will prevail over all opponents. 9 of Wands. What else can I give you for the 9 of Wands? You need to be flexible. Don't be rigid in your thinking. It could be the message of the 9 of Wands. And then what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation is the 9 of Swords. And it came out reversed. So the 9 of Swords reversed is a card of Gemini. It's a card about having faith. So Spirit is bringing up recovery again. So I just want to write that down. I think that's important. Recovery. Hope, reaching out, despair, learning to cope, facing life, finding help. It could be a card of secrets, shame, guilt, mental health issues, inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, releasing worry. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Recovery, depression, problems, fears escalating, extreme guilt, regret, remorse, shame, giving up, self-pity, loathing, letting go of negativity and stress, learning to cope, facing life, opening up, accepting help. This card could represent scandal, malicious gossip. So the 9 of Swords, your second card, reversed, is what's crossing you or what's challenging you or your situation. Basically, Spirit is saying have faith, okay? This card shows intense mental anguish. It's time to examine belief systems that no longer apply to your life and that are standing in the way of your progress. You're suffering because you refuse to face the cause of your problems. Honesty is called for if you are to resolve the situation. This card could also represent full-blown insomnia and the use, perhaps abuse, of sleep-inducing drugs. So very careful with that, Spirit is saying. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You're finding help, you're improving, don't give up, release the worry. Be flexible. Again, Spirit already mentioned that. You're experiencing inner turmoil as a result of your mindset. Your negative thoughts are taking you in a downward spiral of despair and anxiety that contradicts reality. You're making things feel much worse than they really are. You may try to keep your worries private and personal, but if you're struggling, it may be time to confide in others. Others will offer you a new perspective. You may be gripped by fear. Release your limiting beliefs, crippling fears, and self-doubt. You may be incredibly hard on yourself or engaging in negative self-talk. Make a more conscious effort to quit negative self-talk. You may have already worked through this period of worry and depression and are making a recovery. You may realize things are not as bad as you made them out to be. I like that. Yeah, okay, so I like that message. You may have already worked through this period of worry and depression and are making a recovery, or you will be. Okay? This card represents a lessening of a situation. Again, a light at the end of a dark tunnel. So, that I would make a note of. I'm gonna write that down. I think that's important. And then your third card is the Queen of Cups. This card represents the basis of your situation or foundation. This Queen of Cups can be you or someone in your life or a situation. She's represented by Cancer in the zodiac. So this is someone who's very intuitive, a lot of compassion, warmth, kindness. She could be a healer, a psychic, an empath, a good mother, someone who's very supportive, sensitive, loyal, faithful, emotionally stable, a good listener, very imaginative. She can be shy, easily wounded. She's compassionate, calm, comforting. She likes to make a pleasant place for people to gather. She wants everyone to be comfortable and happy. She's very sensitive to others' feelings. She often knows when something is wrong even before they do. She knows just what can help the problem too. She can be shy and quiet. But once engaged in a conversation, she is a good and caring listener. She's kind, gentle, nurturing. You're embodying the Queen of Cups, nurturing mother energy. You're stronger than you know, Leo. You support others by listening with your heart, being compassionate, caring for them deeply. You are empathetic and can sense the needs of others by turning into your intuition. You hold space for others to express their emotions. You allow them to be the truest, most authentic versions of themselves. You don't take on other people's energy or emotional issues because you're well grounded and know where to create healthy separation. You're highly intuitive, creative, and in flow with their surrounding energies. Again, you may be a healer, a counselor, or intuitive coach, or just a really good friend. You may be in tune with the cycles of the moon and nature, using these cycles to manifest your goals and live your dreams. You're being asked to trust your intuition. Pay attention to your feelings and emotions. Lead with your heart, not your head. Be open to receive the intuitive messages from your dreams or meditation. The Queen of Cups can represent any kindly woman in your life. She could be your wife, the woman you love, you. Her psychic ability is highly developed and tends to be accurate. She tempers her intuitive nature with mature judgment. If she represents you, these qualities apply, although they may still be undeveloped. Very supportive, very intuitive. Spirit wants you to know that you are stronger than you know, Leo. Artistic, loving, helpful. And then your fourth card is the Five of Cups. This card represents your past, but is relevant to your current situation. Scorpio energy. So Spirit is bringing up again remorse, regret. So let me just write this down. Remorse, regret. The Five of Cups, something to do with your past, but is relevant now. Mourning, discontent, bereavement, disappointment, isolation, loss, loneliness, a relationship breakup, focusing on loss, focusing on negative, emotions, disappointment, regret, separation, pessimism, emotional baggage. This card shows a time of difficulty and loss, but more specifically, it's about how you're dealing with the loss. Every loss initiates change. I actually really like this message. So I'm gonna make a note of this. Every loss initiates change and is an opportunity for growth. Loss hurts because of our emotional resistance to change. This card represents that moment, but it carries a word of advice. Look at the wonderful opportunity around you and move forward. Okay? Look at the glass half full. You're so focused on your past disappointments and losses. So I'm going to make a note of this too. You're so focused on your past disappointments and losses that you're missing new opportunities. That's just my Jack Russell, sorry. That you're missing new opportunities and potential. The messages with this card is to find a way to move on and move through. The situation hasn't turned out as expected. You're sad, regretful, and disappointed. Instead of moving on with your life, you're choosing to wallow in self-pity. Spirit is saying, pull yourself together and move on. You may be stuck in the past and can't let go. You may blame yourself or be the victim of life's circumstances. But these negative emotions are holding you back from your fullest potential. Release them so you can move on and create positive change. Forgiveness is vital for yourself and others. Even though things aren't going your way, new opportunities and possibilities are waiting for you, but only when you're ready. It's time to shift your mindset and focus on what can go right. Be open to the brighter side of life, okay? Look at the glass as being half full. Come from that. Angles. Spirit is saying, I know you're disappointed, but something good is about to happen in your life, okay? So make a note of it. This is an August reading, but, divine timing too. Your unhappiness may be a result of your attitude, which you can change. This is a card of choice. I think that's a good message too. They talked about that. You can continue to ruminate over what went wrong, or you can contemplate how things can be better in the future. You don't have to be miserable. Okay? You're brooding over past wrongs, losses, disappointments, or hurts. You're dwelling on a painful past and are refusing to look forward to a positive future. And then your third card is the Three of Wands. This card represents your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life. The Three of Wands is represented by Aries. So this card says you're going to be making a lot of progress very soon. Okay, this is a card of expansion, growth, adventure, looking ahead. For some of you, it's travel, moving abroad, foreign land, but moving forward, having self-confidence, self-belief. It's a card of freedom, success. For some of you, overseas trade, overseas expansion, accomplishment, overseas opportunities, satisfaction, progression, being happy with your choices. This card indicates great vision and foresight. You've taken an idea and started implementing it. You've laid the groundwork for a new business, enterprise, career, or project. You clearly see your goal. Take a step back and watch for initial responses. Because you've done your work well, you can expect to see signs of success. Okay? This card's all about progress, momentum, foresight, looking ahead. This card can represent your commitment to your plans. You've left your comfort zone, or you will be very soon. You're now looking out into the open space. This is a card of movement, progression. You can see all that lies ahead, including upcoming challenges and opportunities. Your plans are well underway. You're considering even more opportunities to expand your current strategy and maximize your ultimate potential. Spirit is recommending that you broaden your horizons through study, travel, business, enterprise, and learning. You're becoming more aware of the opportunities that exist for you right now, and there are still more to come. Stay committed to your path. Be prepared to stretch beyond your comfort zone. Think big. Dream bigger than your limitations. Be aware of the changes and challenges ahead. There may be travel over a body of water. And again, you may explore international job opportunities. Some of you. A lot of progress. You're ready and willing to demonstrate what you've achieved. You can remain calm and in control of the situation. There's no need for impulsiveness. This is a time to take things firmly in hand and to act in a mature and responsible manner based on your experience and common sense. You've consolidated your situation, business, or enterprise, and now can expect financial and/or personal gain. By clearly defining the role you want to play, you present a positive picture to the world. This confident attitude may draw helpful people towards you or attract beneficial circumstances. You've established a solid foundation for your business or occupation and can expect cooperation from others. At this point, you're clear about who you are and what you intend to achieve. others will respond positively to you. Okay? Your immediate future, what's likely to happen very soon in your life. Success and expansion. Although you've achieved a lot, there is still more success and expansion to come. Okay? So your sixth card is the Emperor. This is Aries energy, major arcana. It came out reversed. I'll put it right there. So extra protection from Spirit. Again, the Emperor reversed. This card represents the outcome that you desire most in your situation. This is a card that's saying, this is someone who's being rigid. It's a card of rigidity, domineering, stubborn, a lack of discipline, and abuse of power, being inflexible. Remember, they already talked about being flexible. Don't be rigid. I would make a note of that for sure. I'm going to be making a note myself here. This card could suggest too much control, being aggressive, being dictatorial for the sake of exercising power over others. Or you could be pushing yourself too hard by sheer force of will and ignoring your heart. It could represent achievement, an achievement that becomes oppressive, recklessness, and a lack of control, coldness, excessiveness, excessively controlling, tyranny, an absentee father, paternity issues. It could also represent, excuse me. So yeah, being rigid, but this is the outcome that you desire most in your situation. Spirit is saying, assess your relationship with power, control, authority, responsibility, and discipline. The Emperor reversed can represent someone who can be domineering and rigid in their thinking. It could suggest an overuse and abuse of authoritative power surrounding you. It could originate from you or from another person, a boss, a partner, a father figure. It may be because of deep insecurities or father issues from childhood. Consider the role power plays in your life. I think this is important. I'm getting a really strong vibe from this message. Consider the role power plays in your life. Power can be equally and constructively distributed. You don't need to take it from others, nor do you need to give yours away. Others may look at you as a leader or an expert in the field, but you're shying away from the role. You may fear being seen as a leader. Stand up to authority. Pay attention to your commitment to your goals, your self-discipline to get the job done. You may be in an unequal partnership when the Emperor comes out reversed. You may be in conflict with the established order at your job, with your family, religion, or ethnic group. You may feel pressure to accept responsibilities you don't want or don't feel capable of handling. You may have recently experienced a loss of power, or you may lack the energy required to reach your goals. A need for more experience drive, or improved health could be indicated here. Okay, the outcome that you desire most in your situation, the Emperor reversed. What else can I say? Power, structure, authority. The Emperor reversed is someone who's immature, selfish, domineering. He is someone who has a hatred of authority, or someone who's about to lose authority. It's a card about feeling threatened, drained, vulnerable, lacking in ambition. This is someone who's overshadowed by a dominant parent. He could represent a man who is exploiting his authority by acting foolishly. And then your self-image card, how you see yourself, is the King of Cups. So you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups in your reading. These both can represent you, male or female, or it could be someone in your life, your partner, King and Queen of Cups together. Take it how it resonates, okay? But how you see yourself, your self-image card, you have the King of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. The King of Cups is someone who is grounded, in control, kind, a good husband, a good partner, a good father, someone who's loyal, faithful, grounded, is balanced between their head and their heart. A mature, compassionate man, sympathetic, responsible, generous. He could represent an advisor, a counselor. This king is peaceful, sensitive, grounded, affectionate, calm. He loves his home. He values family and a relaxed home life. He prefers to lead by teaching through gentle guidance. He may enjoy expressing himself creatively, but is even more supportive of others' creativity, sometimes at the expense of his own. He's generally friendly and caring, a very nice man to have around. He can be overly sentimental and may seem soft to those who don't know him well. Faithful, affectionate. He's a leader. He could be a mentor, a coach, or a spiritual guide, or you may step into that role. Diplomatic. The King of Cups represents mastery over the realms of emotions, creativity, and the unconscious. You've gained control of your feelings and can accept them without allowing them to get the better of you. Just having a little coffee, sorry. You don't let things get to you. You steer clear of the drama, instead choosing an emotionally balanced and calm approach. If you're being challenged personally, this card suggests you need to remain emotionally mature when faced with negative energy from others. Be firm on your personal boundaries. Stay true to your emotions and feelings. Don't allow others to steer you off course. Not only are you able to assess and manage a situation logically, but you can also draw upon your intuition and understanding human actions. As you interact with others, You may need to navigate their strong feelings so you can create a sense of peace. Okay? The the King of Cups, yourself, how you see yourself. This king indicates a man who is kindly disposed, a benevolent father figure who may represent your own father or someone who fills that role for you. He can signify an older man with whom you either have or want a romantic relationship. Whether a friend, advisor, or lover, he is utterly trustworthy and dependent. He can be relied upon to come through for you when you need him. Okay. Very, yeah, a leader. Um, the King of Cups represents an aspect of the private personality behind the image. It indicates someone who is having difficulty connecting with their genuine feelings. This is someone who seems to be uncomfortable in the world of emotions. Rather than express his true feelings, he tends to pay lip service to them. Okay? His frequent mood swings imply that he is not fully connected to his element. He is somewhat troubled by expressing his emotions and feelings, or is duty bound to make others happy. Someone who's very balanced, caring, mature, kind, someone who's in a high position. This can be someone who has light hair or a light complexion. Take it how it resonates. And then your environment or how others see you and your situation is the Four of Wands reversed. So again, extra protection from Spirit. The Four of Wands is represented by Aries. Again, a lot of Aries energy in your reading. Four of Wands reversed is a card about delays, inner harmony, self-doubt, leaving home, canceled celebrations. This card is warning you not to celebrate too soon. Things may appear okay, but you still have to wait a little bit longer, is the message with this card. It could also be saying that you should rethink your plans for the future, however that resonates to you. Feeling unwelcome, feeling like there's a lack of support, a lack of success, a lack of achievement. It's a card about not fitting in, a lack of community spirit, a community divided. It's also a card of prosperity, shared happiness and good fortune, personal celebration. Four of Wands reversed. You're celebrating the achievement of a personal goal. Okay? Personal celebration, inner harmony, conflict with others, going through a transition. For example, maybe you quit smoking or you did yoga for 30 days in a row. You also may be in the midst of your journey and yet you're yet to reach the finish line. That's why Spirit said, don't give up. Remember, you're at 9. You just got to get to 10. You may also be in the midst of your journey and yet to reach the finish line, preferring to honor this mini milestone privately. You've achieved a level of inner harmony and stability. You've found a sense of greater balance within yourself. But this card could also point to a lack of harmony or a breakdown in communication in your family or household. This may leave you uncertain about your relationships and what or whom you can or cannot depend on. You're going through an upheaval during which you have little stability and security. You may experience multiple changes in your life, changing jobs, moving house, or maybe leaving a relationship. Maybe you're celebrating your good fortune in a quiet way. You may be expanding your property holdings. We talked about expansion, progress. Maybe you're expanding your property holdings or creative output without fanfare. Financial gains may be more modest than if the card were upright, but you're satisfied with your accomplishments and the sense of having done a job well. Your public image, your relationships, and your sense of self are favorable at this time. Four of Wands reversed could represent problems with a project or business, delayed success, unnecessary anxiety over business or work. It's telling you that a rest is needed. It could also represent the end of a career or forced changes. And then your hopes and fears, what you hope for and or fear the most in your situation. You have the Page of Swords. Pages are messengers. This page can be male or female in a general reading. This Page of Swords is either you, someone in your life, or a situation. And right beside the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so could be family members, could represent a family member. It's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. The Page of Swords is someone who is very communicative, inspired, has a very sharp mind, is curious, restless, clashes with authority, is independent, has a thirst for knowledge, is guarded, protective, is planning. This card could also represent that the news that you were expecting is going to be postponed or delayed, and you have to have patience. This card is all about being truthful and direct. This is someone who is speaking out, fighting injustice. You're using your head. You're not getting drawn into arguments. It's communicating. It's the Page of Swords is someone who thinks before they speak. Curious, witty, chatty, independent. Your ideas are likely to bring positive change and forward movement. You're bursting with new ideas and plans for the future. You may be excited about starting a new project, pursuing a new approach, or learning something new. You're exploring a new way of thinking, a new idea, a new perspective, new knowledge, or a new technique. You have a curious mind and a thirst for knowledge. You're exploring different ways of expressing yourself. You're communicating your ideas and opinions. You may be drawn to public speaking, writing a book, or a blog, starting a podcast, or being more vocal on social media. You're a natural communicator. Be open to new ways of expressing yourself. Discover where your inner talents lie. And if you're looking for a sign to move ahead with a new project, this is your sign to go for it. Spirit is saying, pages are messengers, so you might be receiving a message about a problem, a solution, or some gossip. You may be in conflict with someone who represents the Page of Swords, someone that you're communicating with. If this resonates, Spirit is saying, give yourself a break from this person, but stay open, okay? This page might be bringing news of problems and difficulties relating to a younger person you know. Your child, you or your child or a younger sibling may have failed a college exam or be in trouble with the law. An element of experimentation is indicated here. Either you or someone else is taking a risk or behaving in a risky manner. Either you or someone else is taking a risk or behaving in a risky manner that might cause problems. The page is motivated by unconventional activity that can cause strife. Overconfidence or the ignorance of youth might also get this person into trouble. Page of Swords indicates risk on a mental or spiritual level. It might mean that you're taking up some new line of thought or study. Okay. Page of Swords, a bright, athletic, but possibly difficult young person, witty, intelligent. Their actions may be hasty, but they are intellectually curious and fast to pick up new information. They do have the potential to be introverted. This card also represents polishing your abilities and skills to advance in life. Okay? The outcome that you desire, your last card, can you see it there? Is the Queen of Cups. I'll just leave it right there. The Queen of Cups represents your future if all is to remain as is. More long-term future, like 3 to 6 months. Page of Swords, can be either you, someone in your life, or a situation. And again, male or female in a general reading. The Queen of Swords is Libra energy. She could represent you, a mother figure, someone who's self-reliant, open-minded, sophisticated, someone who is strong, quirky, a problem solver. They're honest, independent, fair, principled, chatty, a warrior, faithful, communicative, intelligent, highly principled. The Queen of Swords is someone who has repressed pain or sadness. Very perceptive, has a clear mind. The Queen knows a lot from personal experience, from extensive reading, as well as from observing life around her. She can, if she wishes, chat with anyone about almost anything. She can fit comfortably in almost any situation. She can see the big picture surrounding a problem and can tactfully but forthrightly give a solution. She loves to help and share what she knows. She enjoys intellectually stimulating pursuits, makes a good, loyal, and interesting friend, but she can appear to lack affection or emotional warmth, and some find her intimidating and unapproachable. Unbiased judgment, independent, fair. You have the gift of being able to use your intellect and unbiased judgment while also remaining flexible and open to receive input from other sources. As you lead from the head and not the heart, you are better able to discern situations without the influence or emotion or sentimentality. You connect with other people through an intellectual understanding rather than an emotional one. You're a truth seeker. You prefer to get to the heart of the matter. You tell it like it is. You are a quick thinker and highly perceptive. You get straight to the point. You're upfront and honest in your views, and you expect the same from others. Many people respect your opinion and come to you for advice. As a determined, independent, and resilient person, you have established clear boundaries. I like that for you. Some people might be intimidated by you, but once past the tough exterior, they see the softer side. Okay? This queen may represent a single or independent woman with authority and power. She's someone with impressive intellectual or communicative abilities. She could be a writer, a professor, a lawyer, a minister, a businesswoman, or scholar. This queen may be someone who has endured a painful loss, but she draws upon her willpower and experience to continue on her path. I like that a lot. If she doesn't represent a person, this queen can indicate that you're going through a difficult experience which will open new opportunities for positive growth. Okay? The Queen of Swords, and she came out upright. She has a solemn demeanor. Very determined. Someone who has suffered a loss, maybe alone, could be a widow, someone who's divorced or separated. This is someone who has loved and lost, but she knows the cycles of life. And for now she must wait, but she knows that she will discover love again. She faces her pain patiently and courageously like a queen. This queen represents a tenacious and strong-willed woman or man in a general reading, someone who can cope with whatever life throws at them and make the best of it. Love that. In times of loss and grief, she is supportive and helpful. Someone who is lonely but very mentally capable of overcoming obstacles. Okay, Leo, that is your reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel these messages for you today. I hope you receive some insider guidance. Sending you a big hug, and have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.